All right. Bet you weren't expecting this. Yep. It's Kingdom Hearts again. But this time, it's going to be different. We're going to be talking about Kingdom Hearts.
Where's the intruder? Looks like he went into the tower.
Before I rock raps, I drink a keg of Listerine. And I spit the freshest lines living here for centuries. And I form blazing sword and cut your mic.
Okay, Kingdom Hearts. Chain of Memories is everything better. It is a remake of Chain of Memories that was released for the Game Boy Advance. Can't tell you what year. I forgot it. Don't even care. I gotta admit, this game, unfortunately, has a lot of hate. It's kind of mixed. It's like a bag of like trail mix, you know? No one likes the raisins. I hate raisins. Anyways, grapes are great. Chain of Memories is how do I explain it? It's a card game. That's it. I explained it. You're welcome. That's how we're gonna end it off, just by calling it a card game. But it's a lot more than that. It's so much more than a card game. There's an entire story that I'm not gonna get into. I'm gonna get into it right now. I just lied to your face. Anyways, so after the events of Kingdom Hearts 1, you know, if you played it, you played it. If you didn't, cry about it. Not my issue. But after the events of Kingdom Hearts 1, Sora, Donald, and Goofy save the universe. Let's say that. They just, you know, closed the keyholes for each world, because you know that's the plot of it. You know, you gotta save the worlds. But yeah, they do that, and now they're kind of stranded within the world. I don't know. This is really weird. When it starts off, you're like, oh, look at them. They're all walking in some field. But then they end up at this place, this castle, this strange castle that was just there. Due to one fella, this fella in black. What's his name? I can't tell you. That's a whole other can of worms. It's not really a can of worms. I just don't want to tell his name because I can pronounce it. I'm lying to you again. I'm sorry. No? Sora's like, yo, what are you doing here? And he's like, mumble jumbo, follow your heart and you'll find what you're missing for. And then Sora's like, shut up. I'm gonna go follow you. And then he follows him to that place. The homies walk up. They're like, yo, let's inspect this place. Maybe the king is here. Who knows? Yeah, who knows? So, you know, they're doing their thing. They're all like confronting each other because the black guy. Whoa! The guy in black. Comes over. He's like, hey, everything you do in here, is bad. You lost your memories. You're like, what? How did he do that? What is this place? But yeah, pretty much, Sora, Donald, and Goofy gotta go into this castle. There's like, at least like, I don't know, 13 plus floors, probably like 14. I'm thinking about it. I don't remember. I'm playing it. I'm not playing it. But you'll see it. You'll see gameplay. I'll show you some stuff. But anyways, yeah, they go through all these floors and whatnot. And now, every time they'll go deeper into this castle, they go up the floors. They start losing more memories. It's crazy. That's pretty much what's going on in the story. Sora is going through this castle, losing memories, but at the same time is finding something new. Who knows what's gonna happen to the young boy and the funny dog and duck. There's a lot to this that I gotta tell you about. Gotta tell you why I like this game, why I love it, why you should play it. I'm looking at you. Alright, let's get to it. So, the usual format I like to do is, you know, gameplay, world design, character design, you know, UI, whatever, who cares? Let's just, you know, just jump into it, you know, let's get it started. The gameplay. Who the heck expected a card game? Not me. I wasn't even born when this game came out initially. Who cares? That's a spoiler about my life. I was born. Anyways. pretty much you have this entire card system laid out in front of you, and each card has a value to overtake someone else's card, like card break it, or you can do specific actions, you know, specific moves. And these moves are going to be called slates. So slates are pretty much abilities that you can use from the cards, depending on how you stack up your cards with your Y or triangle button, whatever your top button is. What is it on Switch? X? Yeah. Whatever that button is, you stack them up and you can use certain combinations, you know? Got sliding dash, which is, you know, a regular ability in Kingdom Hearts 1, but in here it's like a slate. So you get to slide across this arena and, you know, hit your target. Essentially, how you build your deck, how you get these cards dictates whether or not, you know, you can perform certain actions. Of course, in the game, it pretty much tells you how to play it. You got yourself, you know, the cards itself. You got magic spells that also have a numerical value that, you know, again, isn't strong depending on how high the card is. It's just whether or not you can, you know, break another card. Of course, if you want to like not be broken, you would have 9s, but there is an exception to that rule. 0s can be played. They can break any card and also be broken. So they're very good against, you know, high cards. If your opponent, the Heartless, hits you with a 5 and you got a 4, but you got that 0, you're like, hold up, I'm gonna stop you. It's my turn. I'm gonna play the game. You know, you just hit him with that. It's very helpful against bosses. Very humanoid bosses specifically. As you can see, we got the homie Axel, the guy with red hair.
Hello.
Crazy character. He has so much personality, you know. He says that one line, "Remember me?"
Got it memorized.
Yeah. So, you know, he's out there just telling you, I got Firewall. Yeah, he got a one move called Fire. No, I don't think he has Firewall. I don't even know. So, against humanoid bosses such as Axel, you can hold on to your 0 card and play it when he uses, you know, his big boy triple card attack slate looking move or whatever, you know. But there's a lot more in depth in this card combat than you think. There's an entire like hidden system that you don't get to see at all, really. Before I get there, I did mention slates a long time ago. Of course, when you level up, because you do level up, it's still like, you know, your traditional RPG in a sense. When you level up, you get to choose three things. You know, you get to raise your HP, you get to raise your card points, and, you know, you get to choose a slate. Depending on what level you hit, you get to obtain a new slate. So each one has like a certain requirement. Like I think like level like 13 or 12, you get a new slate. But, you know, early on, we get the awesome slide dash. But yeah, very important to the mechanic, and also how you kind of build your deck in that sense, your survivability. But yeah, depending on which world you go into, you get different Keyblade cards. These are all your attack cards, your magic cards, you know, your fire, your blizzard, your, you know, thunder or whatever. Same thing with your summons, are all indicated by being in the blue category, magic/summon. And of course, we got the last bit of it. We'll just mention it. The item cards, very useful. I'll explain what they do. But yeah, in your attack card set, all the Keyblades have different effects technically. This is going to be really weird and complicated, but it's really cool. You can look this up too. I'm not lying. I'm like super professional when no, I'm not. Okay. Anyways, so say you got yourself, you know, the starting Kingdom Key and whatnot. Each one of them have a hidden value in a sense where when you start the combo, the initial hit, the middle hit, and the end will always have a specific damage value. Now, say if you get a different Keyblade card, let's say random Keyblade number 2, or let me think of one. Lady Luck. Let's just say that, you know, that card, the one with the heart. Maybe not that one. Let's just say Olympia. You know, that one's a pretty good one. Anyways, doesn't matter. Keyblade number 2. Keyblade number 2 card, right? You use it in the middle of your combo, like your second hit, it could deal more damage. But if you switch that Keyblade card to the first hit, you know, where you use that second Keyblade card first, it'll do less damage. Each one has a hidden property for your initial attack, second hit, and your finisher. So, like I mentioned, you know, each one of them have a hidden property. You can mix and match different cards to, you know, perform a really strong combo. You know, you'll like take a bar off of a boss's health like that. You'll just blaze through enemies. Very nice. Now let's talk about the what is it? Blue cards, the boys, the magic, the summons. So, in every sense, you know, in Kingdom Hearts, you have your basic first tier magic, you know, your fire. Second tier would go like Fire-a or Blizzara. And then your third tier magic, which usually, you know, everyone loves to use. Tandaga. I love Tandaga. Anyways, yeah. So, to initially use these different tiers of magic, it would, you know, correlate to how you stack them up. When you press your, I'm gonna keep saying triangle button. When you press your triangle button and get 3 fires in a row, you get Viagra. You know, very strong. You know, so sometimes best to always, you know, grind out your area, your location, your, you know, that you're in. We'll say, you know, Traverse Town. You can grind out this area and collect cards, or I'm gonna do a little side tangent here. You can also visit the Moogle shop. Not gonna tell you where or why. Nope, I'm not gonna tell you how to get to the Moogle shop yet. But yeah, you can visit the Moogle shop and get some cards. It'd be best to, you know, stack them up since they do a lot more damage. But yeah, same thing with summons. Summons would typically be stronger if you stack them up and use them. Simba go crazy again. I'm telling you right now, Simba's like top tier in any game, I think. Don't worry about it. So that's essentially it. It doesn't really have like a hidden property as the Keyblades, but they're very strong. Fire is broken in this game, again, because fire is broken in every game. I don't think you know that, but I do know that. Anyways, now let's talk about the item cards, the green cards. Very, very valuable. The potion, the ether, and of course you got the elixir, mega potion, mega ether. They all serve a very grand purpose. Let me tell you. The potion card refills all your attack cards. So instead of using that special black card right there, which I'm gonna tell you right now, that just reloads your deck. So after you use all your cards, you have to reload your deck. It explains it in the tutorial, but you know, I'm kind of glossing it over since I kind of like, you know, it's I'm talking about the combat here, you know, the fun stuff. You know, you press an X or triangle. That's what's important. Although you know, the black card is important since you reload. But let's talk about the potion. Potion is awesome because it reloads your attack cards. That way, you know, whatever you hit an enemy with your attack cards and then just run out, you can use your potion to get all that stuff back without having to reload. Although this is not a hidden mechanic, it does tell you as a tutorial, whenever you do a stacking, the initial card that you stack will be gone forever. You cannot get that back in any means until the battle is over. So stacking does come with a huge risk. The potion will not recover that, but will recover every other attacking card. The ether, same deal, but only for magic and summon cards. The elixir pretty much refills both the attack and magic cards. So it's very valuable if you want to like not have, if you want to make space for it, you know, because the deck building is where it gets all crazy. The deck building, let me tell you, bro. This deck building, you can just create the most monstrosity. Create the monstrositous. Monstrositous is not even a real word, right? I'm crazy, bro. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Anyways, you can build this crazy deck that can just beat the entire game. A lot of people like to use fire. Like I told you, fire is OP. Of course, you know, sometimes you're gonna have to mix it up. But when it comes to deck building, there is always gonna be a card limit. How many cards you can have. It's dictated by the points on the screen right there. From each card has like a certain point value. So the more cost, the higher your card is, the more points it's gonna cost for, you know, your deck. So you gotta be mindful. So sometimes it would be best not to have an ether and a potion, but better to have an elixir, you know? It's just how you want to play the game, how you strategize it. So that's pretty much like the bare bones of like the combat aspect. There's of course a lot more in play dependent on, you know, what enemy you fight. Oh wait, enemy. I forgot about this. This is very important. Enemy cards, bro. You can use enemy cards depending on what boss you fight or what the enemy you defeat. You can obtain their card. Essentially, I guess they drop a card of themselves, and then they also have their own properties. I'm gonna get this enemy wrong, but like the red opera or whatever it's called, it's the red guy that floats. That guy. Look at him. He's floating right there. If you get his enemy card and put it in your deck, it has a certain ability attached to it. So in his instance, he gives you a fire boost. So any card that is, any fire card you use gets a huge damage boost. Same thing with like the blue raspberries. I'm pretty sure they're called blue raspberries. Don't know. I can't remember. I'm not crazy like that. Who cares? Okay. Well, enemy cards, very, very important. Helps build your deck out, right? So you can just blaze through the game. There are going to be some tougher enemies, so, you know, deck building, deck editing is always just going to be there. You're always going to have to puzzle your way through it. But yeah. So, with this game being about all cards and stuff, you know, Sora going through this castle, losing memories, going through all his past stuff. You get cards of, you know, get world cards. We're gonna jump into the world cards. Straight into the world design. Due to this game being all about cards and Sora losing his memories and then regaining them, you know, by cards, pretty much they couldn't really do a 1-for-1 of each world. They kind of had to set it up in a sense where you get room cards. Oops, I did another oopsie again. So, turns out they're called map cards, not room cards. I don't know who makes this game. Essentially, each room card has a different property. They all list what property they do, and they allow to change the room that you're currently in, or the next room that you are locked out of. Each door has a requirement you have to meet to progress through. So usually, if you need a lot of cards, or say there's a door that requires a certain amount of cards or a certain number of cards, you could change the room or open a different door by using a specific card that has tons of enemies. I think Teeming Darkness, or just a red card that has like tons of enemies. A statement would be like, room is filled with bad guys. Yeah, essentially that's pretty much it. You know, you go in, you duke it out, and you keep gathering cards. After every battle, enemies will always drop a room card for you to pick up. They all come in different colors: red, blue, and green. They're all special in their unique way. Green cards typically have more friend cards. Yes, Donald and Goofy become friends. They can become cards. I'm not gonna explain why. The game tells you, and it's goofy. It is, yeah, it's crazy. They're pretty good though, I'm not gonna lie. They kind of carry. Goofy and Donald carry. You know, but sometimes Donald will be crazy, dude. Oh my god, Donald's a wild card. Donald is a wild card. He can trip you up pretty bad. But yeah, blue cards typically help you out with the, I guess, the room environment. Like I said before, you can farm cards usually in a room, or you can buy them from Moogles. The blue cards usually are tied to gathering other cards. Sometimes you'll have like the Moogle shop. Also, what is it? You get to save the blue card. There's a moment of something I forgot that you can save at. So blue cards usually are like the most calmest rooms you can make, in a sense, you know, like you're just chilling in a blue room, you know. But usually the red cards are always teaming with enemies, you know, looming darkness, you know, they are just fellas there, you know, you just use that card, boom, guys are running after you. Fellas are sleeping sometimes, I don't know. But yeah, you also get these special cards though that are in every single world. These cards are required to progress the story, and they only work for the dedicated door that they're tied to. Essentially, you'll open up the map, or you'll just walk through and randomly find it, but you'll find this door with a symbol on it, and you have to use the specific card and what is required to open that door to progress to the story. Each one of them will have, like, you know, a little goofy detail of, like, of remembrance of, like, oh man, I know you, you know me, come on man, we knew each other, we went to like school or something, you know, especially like that. And the other person's like, nah, I don't know you, but I think I know you, I kind of feel like I know you. It's not like that, it's like that a little bit, but yeah, essentially Sora's just kind of like remembering but forgetting. He's forgetting but remembering. That guy in black, he says something that I forgot. You just listen.
To lose and claim anew, or to claim anew only to lose.
Listen, he says that. Yeah, so he says that. But yeah, essentially, you just go through each world. That's a door, a room that leads to another door, that leads to a door. Some people might find that very unattractive. Me. It's a little painful sometimes, you know. Forced to use a red card because like this is the only one I have, and I'm like, damn, I need a save, and I don't have a save card, so I gotta go grind it out. But these enemies be hurting me bad. It is how it is. It is how it is. But I can't really talk much about the world design because it is just like it's a box of like the world. It's just a room with like the world's like not gimmick, but like it's the world's design. You know, Wonderland. You got the forest that you usually go in, and it's like the big mushroom right there. That guy's cool. I've seen him before. Or, you know, you got your Halloween Town. We didn't talk about Halloween Town the last time, but, you know, Halloween Town is there. And you're like, whoa, Halloween Town. Look at that. That's a spiky thing, or tombstone. The world design, very simplistic. Like, it's just, it's bare bones, but what do you expect? It was a GBA game. I don't know what to tell you. It's really good. Really good. I'm not gonna cover it. I like it. I still like it. You know, you still get the music. Now we the music. The music. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it now. We're gonna talk about the music. I love the music. Like I mentioned before, like in the last video, Nominee. That piece right there is perfect. So good, especially when we get to Destiny Island again. It's really good. It's a banger, bro. You still got the classic original Kingdom Hearts, you know, soundtrack, but then you got the new stuff. I'll give you a little sample about, like, I'm not spoiling. I'm not gonna tell you what the name of this song. I'm gonna keep it hidden entirely. but the final boss theme goes so hard. Don't even look it up. Don't even stare. Just listen. It goes so hard. Can't express how, like, this game has good music. This entire series has good music. I can't wait to get to the next one, but we're not gonna talk about that yet. That one's for later. But yeah, the music in this game goes really hard. Of course, it still takes the stuff from the last one, but it has its own thing, and its own thing I'd say is better than the last game. Probably not to like a huge extent, but like, I don't know. Maybe it's the piano. The piano goes hard. I really like that. That thing carries. Especially, that thing carries so much. You know what also carries a game? You know what? Hold on. You know what other instrument carries a game? The violin. The violin carries Final Fantasy 13. 13-2, man. That game is so good. The violin goes so hard in that game. I can't talk about that. Anyways, I'm a little lost. I'm not lost. Anyways, yeah, I'm kind of scatterbrained about this. Sorry. The music is amazing. Honestly, there's not much more to talk about because you kind of get a gist of the entire game by like the first hour. You know, Traverse Town itself is the tutorial place, so you know, you find yourself back home essentially when you play this game. You're like, oh man, I know that place. It's that guy, you know, it's the guy I went to high school with, Leon. That's not his name. It's his name, you know? So, Traverse Town essentially still acts as a tutorial place, you know? You go in, you learn more, you find out, you play the game, and after you beat Traverse Town, you know, you get more cards, you get more world cards, you go to different locations, and it's really cool. It's not a rehash of Kingdom Hearts 1. It is its own game. It's its own story. I'm telling you, it's really good. Can't really explain it too much because you should rather experience it yourself. Fortunately, if you hate the card system, damn, I'm sorry. You're weak. Anyways, yeah. That's all I gotta say. That's all I'm gonna do right now. Next project. Next video, it's not gonna be Kingdom Hearts. I'll figure out. Probably talk about something else. Talk about a better game. A game that took my time. Ugh. Alright, I'm gone. I gotta go. I gotta go sleep. It's like late. Probably. Don't forget to drink your water, by the way. Very good to hydrate. Okay, I'm gonna go. I'm done.